You're listening to the October 5th, 2014 reading of Blossom Goodchild's channeling with the Federation of Light.
Good morning. Trusting today will bring about another wonderful message from you.
Good morning to you also. We sincerely accept your trusting, and as always, do our utmost to bring forth wisdom to assist, be it in small quantities or large.
May we continue on from last week? We were talking about the word God.
We truthfully feel that this word has been taken from its original context, and yet each individual soul must find their own truth regarding it. The fact is, it is not about words. It is about feeling. As we have expressed over and over, God is love.
Interesting, though, how different religions feel differently about how God operates. Someone wrote in recently to ask me what I will do when I pass over, arrive at them pearly gates, and God refuses me, because I have been speaking with you, and you are not truth. Like, hello? How do souls not see that God is a feeling of love? All we are doing here is spreading the good news of love. How can people possibly think that God would be displeased with us? Nothing within your teachings fills me with fear. Yet those who study certain large books are telling me I am bad. They don't seem to understand that God does not judge. Can we speak about this kind of thing?
We would sincerely state that each soul walking their path has the freedom of choice to think how they choose to think about anything. From our knowledge, there is no judgment, no condemnation. For how can love be this way?
Yet love is in all things. You say everything is love, just on different vibrations of itself. Yet, here we're speaking of the highest, purest vibrational love. I know there is no judgment, only compassion and understanding.
You think that what you create, if for you think you deserve to go to hell, then your mind pattern can create that scenario for you. If you know there is no hell, how can you go there?
Yet I've also seen a documentary about a child who had the most wonderful experience with the man called Jesus. She came back from the dead, so to speak, to warn people what will happen if you do not know God. She was shown heaven and hell. She was only 12. Her story seemed authentic to her, and what she experienced was way beyond her years. She was clearly shown hell. Now, I don't believe in hell. So was she just experiencing her truth with Jesus?
The reason for the delay in reply is trying to find words that will help you to understand. This being that you are, this aspect of your soul down here on earth, has the opportunity to discover their truth. What may appear to suit one does not always suit another. The plain fact is that there is no truth.
What?
In that truth is different for each individual, and that truth depicts how they choose to travel on their journey.
I know we talked long ago about truth changing, and I got confused, thinking there had to be the one ultimate truth.
Yet, there is not.
Well, wouldn't you say that love is the ultimate truth?
It would depend on what vibration it is playing itself out on.
So carry on explaining, if you will.
Truth can be interpreted into a feeling for each one. If one's truth is different from another, does that make one wrong and one right?
Well, if one is living in harmony and sending love and trying to be the best they can, and another is blowing up a shopping mall full of people, I would imagine the majority would say that one giving love was right. How could blowing up people be right?
In your eyes. In your truth. Those that blow up a shopping center do so because in their eyes, this is what they believe to be the right thing to do. It is therefore their truth at the time. You see, love cannot lie. So all things are truth.
Whoa! This is doing my head in. People lie. People are from love.
Yet, within that lie that is told, they are living their truth. They are choosing to tell lies because for them, at that time, they are living their truth.
Well, I sort of get what you're saying. Sort of. Yet maybe not.
Again. You are experiencing your thoughts and understanding from within a confined space. You are unable to understand that which we are saying from the highest, biggest picture. How would you feel about us saying, nothing matters?
Odd.
Yet, in all our truth, it doesn't.
Far out. Surely everything matters. How we behave, how we treat another. How can you say this doesn't matter?
Because, as we told you when we first linked up with you, you are an experiment.
Many take umbrage to this. Did I get that? In my truth. Now.
This experiment was devised to see how an individual could conduct themselves through love. At the beginning of the creation of you, one, those that created, did not know how this would act out. Yet there was to be no interference, no sudden aborting of the experiment should it go wrong. Life is eternal. How Earth and all its inhabitants turn out to be is how it turns out to be, through your choices. This may sound cold and callous, yet it is important that you know that the most important part of this experiment, this experience, is for each one to find themselves, to discover who they are. And
who they are is love.
Who they are is God, the seed of love from which you are created. That very important ingredient is there for you to discover God within you. For the knowing that whatever takes place on the planet in one's lifespan, over many lives, to have that knowing that you are God is all that is necessary to know in order to find the truth.
Yet you said there is no truth.
There isn't.
Then what in heaven's name, to put it politely, you're making this quite tricky to follow, my friends. Surely God, love, is truth.
Yet there are many versions and understandings and representations of God, love. Which one is truth for you? One who studies the Bible and says you are at fault for not doing so? This is their truth. One who studies another religion and takes away the lives of many in the understanding of their truth? This is truth for them. Yet, they all know for themselves that this is how they choose to think and behave in the name of God. Love.
Yet in the case of one believing God wants to get rid of a certain race, or that a certain religion must take over the world, is that God? Love?
In their truth, yes, it is.
What does God, love, have to say about that?
Nothing. For God, love is an expression of all that is.
Yet I just can't grasp how, for someone to do this, that it can be an acceptable truth.
For you. Earlier you spoke of someone expressing the fact that God would not be pleased with you for spreading these messages when they are not coming from God. You felt they judged you, and God wouldn't judge. Yet, is this not exactly what you are doing here regarding another's choices of God?
Yes, I suppose it is. Although I don't feel I judge, I just accept that I don't understand where they're coming from. I do not feel that God, love, will send them to a place called hell. And as you have spoken before, not one soul gets away with an action of hate towards another, for what is given out comes back and can be felt 1,000-fold. Working both ways, of course, in goodness and that which is of a lower giving. Can we get back to nothing matters? This intrigues me.
In the beginning, there was nothing. No thing.
Here is the biggest question of all then. So, how did love start?
Because it happened.
Well, who created it?
Itself. From nothing. We appreciate how difficult this is, both to put across and to accept. Yet we shall continue. This entirety, this absolutely everything, derived from nothing. It is love, which happened, which will always happen.
And will there ever be nothing again?
No, it is infinite from the moment of its creation.
From nothing.
Therefore, it shall always continue to create.
Yet surely it matters what we create.
Only to the individual.
Not to the whole.
That individual is part of the whole.
My point exactly. So how one behaves affects the whole.
Indeed. Yes, it is part of the journey of all. You are all one, choosing to experience whatever you choose to experience. And in doing so, this creates the next moment of that which is. It doesn't matter what that next moment is. It doesn't matter. It is simply life, experiencing life.
This is so confusing because are we not supposed to be moving into a higher dimension through as in of love? So surely our behavior matters, because we cannot do that when many are choosing hatred and war and greed.
You are putting time into this frame of experience. We do not. Love does not. Everything you are is love. Everything you come from is love, of the highest, purest vibration. You shall all find your way home. May we suggest to liken it with a little homing device planted within you. You shall all find your way home, and setting aside time from the equation, you are free to play in whichever way you choose before returning there.
There's so much to think about and absorb here. I feel we should leave it for now as the hour is up. I'll have a ponder and we'll take it from here next week.
In our truth, this is most welcome.
Funny that. It is in mine also. Thanks so much for this. It led somewhere quite mind-blowing. As always, in love and thanks to you for your time.
As always, in love and thanks to you for this being together now.